Good evening. I found a winter Imperial Stout brewed by North Peak. In Dexter, Michigan. So it was so far away from me, and it looked different than any Imperial Stout that I had ever tried. I decided it was definitely something I needed to get my hands on. So it's 9% alcohol by volume, and then 69.9 IBUs. So the IBU range for this particular style are 50 to 90, and the usual alcohol by volume is between 8 and 12. So in both of those counts, it looks good. I'm going to pour it into a tiny glass. We'll see if we get a nice head or not. My tiny little beer glasses. So I'm trying to win the fight against bad lighting in my apartment, so I switched the video direction. Now you can see my dirty kitchen. But my head is shiny, so apparently I just can't win. So anyway, moving on from that. Wow, look at how dark this is. And brown the head is. I don't know if you can see how dark that is. Anyway, it's very dark. Smell. Lots of deep, toasty, maltiness going on. Burnt, chocolatiness going on. It smells pretty great. There's a little bit of a hop aroma, but just a little bit. There's something else I keep smelling it, so I can't quite figure out what I think it smells like. I don't know, I just can't place it. It smells, I don't know, okay. Appearance-wise, it is definitely dark, and so now that you can see from my same angle pretty much, it is opaque, no light is coming through that, and it poured with a good head that has dissipated, but it was super dark brown, and so that's what we want to see in this particular style. So beautiful on those counts. I can't tell if it's clear or not, or how heavily carbonated it is. It looks like it's just a nice mild carbonation. Flavor. Okay, there is a lot of stuff going on here. I get this kind of sweet chocolatey flavor, and then like an expanding, I can't even describe that. It's like a sensation, really. Interesting. So sweet chocolatiness up front, and it finishes and it gets a little, it has a little bit of a bitterness to it that kind of dries up. This kind of goes into mouthfeel, but there's a, this beer has a sensation. It has a slipperiness to it, but in a way different than normal when I expect like a slipperiness from a beer. It's very interesting. So lots of deep maltiness going on, coffee kind of, but mostly chocolatey. And it definitely sweet up front and more bitter as we go along, and it finishes with a nice dry finish. The aftertaste really comes back to that chocolatiness, and really it's kind of like a mocha, really. So it's got chocolate and coffee in it. Very drinkable beer. 9% alcohol. I don't get like alcohol warming at all. It's very agreeable, and it didn't have any legs when it was as it was coming down the glass, or any or a lot of lacing, a little bit of lacing, but not really a lot. I'm really still trying to figure out that sensation. It's weird. Anyway, intense, deep, dark, roasty beer. Pretty drinkable, and overall a great beer. I'm glad that I came across it. So if you happen to get beers from the Michigan area, I would love to hear how you liked this beer. So Bezerker Winter Imperial Stout, Grizzly Peak Series by North Peak Brewing Company. Share with me. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.